Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker. A deadly car crash Monday in Greenwood Village killed a man who'd been fighting for 2 years to get a traffic light installed at that very intersection. He started the fight after his wife was killed at the same spot. 9 News reporter Kevin Vaughn has the story.
Yesterday it was going to be noon and I went into the restaurant and he wasn't there. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. No answer at all. And he never showed. And I went home with a very empty feeling that something was askew because that was not like him.
Gloria was waiting for her cousin, Jerry Goldberg. If he looks familiar, it may be because of his fight to get a traffic light erected at the intersection of East Bellevue and South Franklin, the intersection where his wife, Andy, was hit by a car and killed in May 2024.
Due to the death of Andy, I've been thinking of how much it means to me going forward that nothing like this ever happens again.
Jerry spoke to us last fall about a petition drive he started hoping to get a traffic light installed.
And it would give me a great deal of resolve for closure in the loss of my wife.
Monday, as he drove to meet Gloria for lunch, Jerry was in a car crash at Bellevue and Franklin, the very same intersection where his wife was killed. Jerry died.
It's almost like science fiction.
It was Monday evening that Gloria got the call from Jerry's sister telling her what had happened.
I was in shock. Of course, I couldn't sleep all night because it was just unimaginable. Unimaginable.
What a tragedy. It would be up to Greenwood Village to plan and pay for the installation of a traffic light. A city spokeswoman tells us the question is still being evaluated, and in the meantime, the city has increased police patrols in the area. Parents of Evergreen High School students want to see what investigators learned about the shooting there, but say police are not sharing it. Now that investigation is over. It's been nearly 6 months since a student shot and injured 2 of his classmates before killing himself. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office announced last month that they closed the investigation, but they released a short summary of the findings, including that the shooter's parents would not be charged. Afterward, a parent named Michael Farrell filed a public records request for all the investigative documents, but found out it would cost him over $1,700 to access more than 600 pages.
It's important to us. Our children went through something that they should not have to go through. We just want to understand what happened on that day. As much as I want to understand what's in the documents, $1,700 is a pretty hefty lift for a lot of people.
And we should note that public records like this often cost that much. An expert tells us police departments could waive the fees if they wanted to, but there are not many examples of that happening here in Colorado. And at this point, the Sheriff's Office does not have any plans to release any more documents unless someone pays that amount. Well, switching gears here, we're going to talk about the weather. After the rain yesterday, it looked pretty nice out there today. Actually, it looks gorgeous. Look at those blue skies, very little wind. So joining me now is senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Chris, is the weather like this going to stick around for the rest of the week? But I think I remember yesterday you said maybe snow on Friday?
Snow on Friday, exactly. I was going to say the answer is no. This is not going to stick around. We've got a beautiful day today, though. Sam, it is spectacular outside. Light winds, blue skies, temperature's going to get in the mid-60s. Just elite weather for today. So if you don't have outdoor plans this afternoon, you're not stuck in a suit and tie inside like me today. Again, get outside today, enjoy the nice weather. Fort Collins right now seeing those blue sunny skies, and right now getting close to 60 degrees here in the 9 News backyard, mid to upper 50s around town. And most importantly, winds are light, so fire danger very low today. And also we had that rain yesterday, so that's going to keep fire danger on the low side. 50s, 60s, Eastern Plains, 40s. And 50s. Bluebird Day up in the high country right now. Just spectacular. Radar quiet right now. You branch things on out. That's the kind of first piece of energy that's going to push its way into the picture for really late tomorrow night, but more into Friday for us. And they'll bring us some snow into Denver for the first time in about 6 weeks. But today, no snow. Mid-60s for us. Temperatures running well above average, but we do have that chance for snow on Friday and maybe some disruptions to that Friday morning commute. I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes.
As the U.S. and Israel intensify their attack on Iran and Iran's allies in the Middle East, one of the strikes was on an Iranian warship. A U.S. submarine sunk it in the Indian Ocean, and the Sri Lanka Navy says it recovered dozens of bodies from the water. In Washington yesterday, top Trump officials held closed-door briefings with lawmakers, telling them to expect a bigger, overwhelming wave of strikes against Iran in the coming days. A group of bipartisan lawmakers still say they want to vote to limit President Trump's war powers without congressional approval, but the majority of Republicans are standing with the White House. And as the strikes continue in the Middle East, there are still Americans who need to get out. At the Pentagon today, one of the generals said that the U.S. military is now offering open seats on planes like C-17s to help with those evacuations. Also, 6 U.S. soldiers have been killed since the conflict in Iran began on Saturday. The military says all of them were based out of the Fort Knox, Kentucky station there. 4 of the 6 were identified. There were 3 men and 1 woman. Police are looking for help identifying a snowboarder who crashed into an 8-year-old boy on the mountain and left without exchanging information. This happened at Winter Park on Sunday. The crash happened at around 1:15 along Butch's Breezeway and Gangway. That's right over by the Prospector Lift and Snowasis Lodge. We're told the snowboarder was a middle-aged man. The child wound up with a concussion and injuries to his face. If you saw this crash or may know who the man is, Fraser Winter Park police want to hear from you, and we put that number right there on your screen. By the way, if you didn't know, skiers and snowboarders are required by law to stop and exchange information after a crash. You should also notify Ski Patrol there. You can face criminal charges if you don't do this.